up, I wasn't getting good connection. All right, so I'm gonna have to move the live stream. So again, I was gonna start over real quick. So, um, what I was talking about before I get into the video. Now, a New York lawmaker wants sex ed for kindergartners. Kindergarten, all right. New Zealand government uses porn actors in ad campaign on cyber safety. Sex ed mandate sparks bitter ballot fight in Washington State. Again, all right. Like it's kindergarten, kindergartners. You want sex ed, but I mean that's just as bad as this video. These are first graders, all right. So let's get into this. All right. Last fall, parents at the posh $55,000 per year school, $55,000 they were paying for their kids to be there, all right, got wind of their first graders being taught sex education that it included masturbation. All right. These are 6 and 7 year old kids. All right. They complained to school administrators, but were told they had simply misinterpreted what Dalton's now notorious health and wellness educator, Justine Ann Font, who last month led a controversial and spake porn literacy workshop at another elite prep school, was teaching. All right. Now, after the expose last week on the porn class, Dalton's parents bombarded the school with more complaints about Fonte's curriculum. They post viewed a video of cartoon Fonte used in one of her sex ed classes for a 6-year-old, showing little kids talking about touching themselves for pleasure. That's right, 6 years old. All right, like some of the stuff in the video I can't even talk about. All right, but all right. It goes on to say, "Hey, how can sometimes my penis get big sometimes and points in the air?" asked the little boy in the cartoon, leading to an explanation of what an erection is. The boy nods and says, "Sometimes I touch my male part because it feels good." Then the little girl character, chimes in, "Sometimes when I'm in the bath or when my mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my female part too." Fonte reassured parents that she does not use the word masturbation in class and that her lessons teach kids not to touch themselves in public. Well, you shouldn't be teaching them that at 6 and 7 years old, anyways. That all right. So they also taught lessons about consent. All right, this is the part that really gets me here. All right. One mother conceded that teaching the concept of consent can be valuable in protecting children from abuse. Another said telling kids that their own parents or grandparents should not touch them without first asking for permission is extreme. You really want the parents and the grandparents to ask permission to touch, like to give them a hug. Like this woman here, right? Literally, my parents are supposed to say to their kids, "May I hug you?" What? Like, another mother said another parent told her, "I'm paying $50,000 to these a-holes to tell my kid to not let her grandfather hug her when he sees her." Like, what are these kids? Like, I don't understand what the school is doing. It gets even worse though. Then Fonte's lessons for first graders also include subjects such as gender assigned at birth, gender identity, and gender expression. They are 6 and 7. All right. It goes on to say kids have no less than 5 classes on gender identity. This is pure indoctrination, a Dalton mother said. This person should absolutely not be teaching children. Ironically, she teaches kids about consent, yet she has never gotten consent from parents about the sexually explicit and age inappropriate material about transgender the first graders. Yeah, where's the consent for that? Alright, another mother said, "We are furious. We are horrified to learn this was shown to our first grade 6 and 7 year old kids without our knowledge of consent. But it's so hard to fight back because you'll get cancer or your child will suffer." And that's so true. Like everything she's saying is true. Like if you say anything, well, like you will literally be canceled out. Me personally, I do not care. I will continue to talk about this until somebody bigger picks it up. All right. Now, a second mother said, I'm not against sex education at all, but it's not cool to keep parents in the dark about it. Again, even at that age, you should not even be thinking about that for your children. Now, all the parents that are speaking spoke out against, that are speaking spoke on the condition of anonymity because they're afraid of retaliation. Alright, so another mom said that they are hitting back at administrators, said they are playing mind games when parents are not fessing up to what's really going on in classrooms. School has said that only a small group of parents complained about Fonte's class last fall and that they misinterpreted the content. At the same time, however, the school quietly moved the video about kids touching themselves from curriculum. So again, if you did nothing wrong and you know why did you move the video from your curriculum? If you did not, if the video did nothing wrong and only a small group of parents complained, why'd you move the video? Y'all are sick, okay? Now, it gets even worse. Fonte's work at the school is reportedly funded by a $450,000 grant given to Dalton in 2012 by a hedge fund billionaire. Again, people that are funding this sick crap are billionaires and Hollywood celebrities. Like they're the ones funding this for these people to prey upon children. That's what they're doing. They are literally funding it. All right. Um, and she has more. All right. Last week, the Post reported on Fonte's workshop, Porn Literacy, an intersexual focus on mainstream porn at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School. The often explicit slide presentation and lecture to the 120 co-ed junior school how porn takes care of three big vulnerabilities. Statistics on the orgasm gap, showing straight women having far fewer orgasms with their partners than gay men or women, and photos of partially nude women. Some in bondage to analyze what porn is and what it is art. So, I don't understand. These are, you have this person teaching kids. She does not need to be around kids at all. I don't understand how she still has a job how is she teaching kids? And as a parent, I want to know how the parents found out, honestly. That's what I want to know, how the parents even found out about this. But again, I'm going to keep talking about this until somebody bigger covers it. ABL, Brandon Tatum, even the news can cover it. I don't care if it's CNN, Fox, whatever. But how is it that there's only two people that have reported this that I know of? Two, and that is the New York Post. They did it, and me. How are we the only two people who reported on this? Like I don't understand how we're the only two people who have reported this. I don't understand. Like that is a problem in itself. Like they've reported that Kamala Harris enjoying a long weekend. Joe Biden. They reported Joe Biden eating ice cream. All right, but they can't report this. Tell me how Joe Biden eating ice cream is a bigger issue than first graders, 6 and 7-year-olds being taught about masturbation videos. Nobody gives a crap about what Joe Biden does, okay? This is the stuff we need to be talking about. Like, literally the news should be picking up on this. Where are y'all at? Don't worry about Joe Biden. Who cares about Joe Biden? Alright? He's an old person who doesn't know where he is. Alright? He's not even in charge. He just has the title of president. He's being told what to do by probably Kamala Harris. Alright? This is the stuff we need to be talking about. Where is the outrage? Like, there is no outrage because Joe Biden is preying upon children himself. That's why there's no outrage of it. He is literally preying upon children himself. That is why there's no outrage on this. But again, until somebody like ABL, Brandon Tatum, sees this and it gets the publicity that it needs, I'm going to keep talking about it. And even after they cover it, I will still continue to talk about it, alright? But with that being said, I'm going to end out the video here because I could talk about this for hours. And again, in the last live stream, I talked about it for a little bit. I just want to do a whole nother live stream so that y'all can see the whole thing. Again, this is just ridiculous. I don't understand how this is okay. With that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for watching. For all of our veterans out there, thank you for your service. For all of the family members that have lost a loved one due to wars, you know, we're whole country's with y'all. We're praying for you. And again, to all of our veterans out there, thank you for your service.